Is it working? It is working. All right, guys. Just got done with a sulfur, another section of sulfur run, and another section of Leslie run. I only have one more section Leslie run to do. The sulfur run, I still got quite a bit to do. Anybody that watches this, if you have sulfur run in your backyard, and you would so kindly grant me access to sulfur run from your backyard. Um, that would be wonderful. I had somebody that said that I could use their backyard, but then I messaged and asked which house because I want to make sure I went to the right house. Uh, I don't want to go to the wrong house and be, impeding on somebody else's property. Uh, so if you have access to it in your backyard, I would imagine, um, and you allow me to get access that way, that would be great. Um, I'm on, I'm on Facebook, uh, America 2.0 Media. Uh, name's Randy Daven. I ain't hide my name. My name's all over the place on social media. So on Facebook, I call mine everything. So I ain't afraid. Um, One thing was kind of disturbing to me was while I was down there. I was in the middle of recording an ending video, just a quick wrap up video, um, and seen a boy down there. He wasn't. You could say he was playing in water. He was catching minnows and crayfish. Um, very disturbing. Um, I did go down and talk to him and just ask him to be careful because I can't tell him that he can't do what he's doing. Um, Very nice boy. We actually talked about a lot of stuff. He seems to do this fairly often. Um, so it was just disturbing. It was in Leslie where sulfur comes out, and he was basically under that bridge where sulfur comes out and runs into Leslie. Uh, I just asked him to be careful. Don't be, you know, getting mouthfuls of that water. Um, you know, I'll be like swimming, bathing in it, but you know, he was a nice kid, so that just disturbs me because um, that was taken away from all these kids. I know a lot of kids probably want. I know I did when I was little, man. I crayfish and minnows and stuff at the creek you would do in the summertime, all taken away because of stupidity. And this ain't because of the explosive burn. This was the plain old failure to do maintenance and failure to, I guess, notice trending data of an axle that is still getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Um, so it was the initial derailment that did all this. The burn was bad, but it's sad. This was taken away from all these kids in this town for what? Money. You know, that's all it was. I mean, we heard at the hearing, they get 30 seconds to inspect each side of the car. 30 seconds? You know how many points of a railroad car you have to inspect? It's just, it's greed. And this is what makes me sad. And actually, these stories of, I feel bad for the people that are sick, like the grown ups that are sick. But, the way I look at it, um, you know, my life's about half over. You know, if you do the average living age of, of a person, my life's probably about half over. People ask me, why do you walk around down there and all that crap? Why did you go down there and you know, put yourself in all that danger and breathe all that stuff in and, you know, walk in all this stuff in? Because I wanted it documented. And it wasn't getting documented by mainstream media. You know, I'm sure I'm a walking toxic, dump. I'm sure I am. Um, I do have symptoms, but I don't put them out there, and I really don't complain about them. I just deal with them. Uh, I'm not much of a doctor person, so when my time comes, my time comes. If I can leave a treasure trove of video evidence that may help maybe some future town that this happens or it may help the younger generation know what they were really exposed to, what was actually in the creeks, not what the EPA is telling you that's in there is everything's perfectly fine. None of all that crap. It's worth it for me. It's that's just the way I am. You know, coming from we'll call it a private security background type thing. Um, that's just something to do. Firefighters do it, police officers do it. Um, you just go and do what you need to do, and unfortunately, it's most of the time you're putting your life as a second choice. So I don't know. I just wanted to do this quick video. When I seen that boy down there catching minnows and just realized that this is what was taken away from this town, let alone all the sick people and the creeks that are very unsafe. I'm sure half the ground around here is unsafe. Uh, but what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna keep the fight up. Uh, you won't shut me up. You can follow me. You can take my plate number. You can, try to do your bully tactics when I'm down there, trying to get, video and stuff. It don't work on me. I know my limits of the law, where I can stand and where I can't stand, and I know how far I can push my limits before it goes too far. I don't know. I think that's about it. But seeing that kid down there just really, got to me, because he could have been 10, 11. He was about, and his town's ruined. And there's so many people out there say that it's not ruined. It's perfectly fine. That's fine. You believe what you want. The CDC said there was exposure. And this was exposure to the initial derailment. With all them chemicals burning was the most dangerous exposure. Just with the vinyl chloride, it was still dangerous, but it wasn't the mixture of chemicals. So, if you chose not to go to the meeting just because you didn't want to hear it, well, you're hearing from me. You're exposed. Your kids were exposed. The whole town was exposed. You get to deny it all you want, but it happened. So, just keep the fight up for the kids and the sick ones. I won't quit. Uh, as draining as this is every day, and I tell you what, it is draining. Um, Going out there, you know, doing all this walking and covering all these meetings and taking notes and people's like, oh, no big deal. It gets to you because it clogs your brain full of just so much stuff that it's hard to unwind um, at night before I go to sleep. It's just so hard to unwind. My mind just goes crazy, and I'm thinking of all these different situations, and and it's more like I'm thinking back of what more I should have done in getting coverage during this derailment. Uh, if what I knew now, I would have been out there a lot more than what I was before. Uh, but we can't go back, so we can only use what we got. We have enough of us out there that has footage, and like I said, you're not going to shut me up. You can try, but you won't. Your threats don't scare me, not one bit. Um, the town can hate me. I don't care. I'm not going to lose sleep over you hate me. I just had you to list of people that hate me. There's probably like 5 pages of people that hate me, so you ain't going to hurt my feelings. And it's a shame that the town is so divided over, what's going on, but that's exactly what they wanted. All by plan. Just like the initial response to the derailment was all by plan. The vent and burn, all by plan. It was planned. It was unnecessary, but it was quickest way to open the rails. Because they were laying rails by 7th. The following day, they started laying new rails. So, all right, I'm in this. Maybe I'll get on and do a little bit more coverage of the NTSB hearing. Like I said, I got pages and pages and pages of notes, and I know I missed stuff. So I'm just interested to see where it goes from here. I guess in Norfolk's asked to have all the lawsuits dropped against him. I don't see that happening now because the guy buried himself a hole. And like I say, you can sugarcoat it all you want. New park. Okay, there's some stuff that I don't agree with in there because I grew up in this park. I grew up bringing my kids to this park. What park do you want to go to? East Palestine. I agree we have to upgrade and with the times and improve. But see, I would have been nice in the beginning of all this. And okay, you want to make things right, that's fine. Well, we're going on 5 months. Um, we still got people not able to go in their house. We got exposure testing by independent testers showing there's still exposure going on. And what's council doing? Sucking who's what, and just enjoying the chunk money coming in. So like I said, we're letting ourselves get used. And we're becoming the laughing stock of the thing. I would have put a stop to it. Hey, I really appreciate you wanting to make the town better, how about we worry about the residents first and the problems that we're having in town before we worry about building or adding to the park. But some people's got balls, some people don't, and unfortunately, I remember the one town hall meeting like right after this happened, and I remember Mayor Conway uh, screaming that he wanted answers too. Well, did you get them answers? Sounds like none of us got them answers. So money's the root of all evil, and it's really showing its face in East Palestine. All right, guys, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna upload these two videos, Creek videos. I'll upload this too. But like I said, if you lasted this long, if you would allow me access to Sulphur Run from your backyard, that would be wonderful. Um, if not, I'm sure I could find other ways in. But because I would like to document it all before they get to it and start messing with it more, because they already started messing with it and they didn't do much too. Because as you can see, you'll see from the thing, the section that they supposedly cleaned, there was crap everywhere. So, all right, guys, have a good night.